15 Respectful moments in sports. Respect moments in sports are a must when athletes show humanity and grace. It doesn't matter if they win or lose. We're here with some of the best moments where athletes showed respect for each other and proved that competing against each other doesn't mean they hate them. Whether it's a fan sign moment or a student winning a match from his mentor, you'll find them all in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 15. When playing volleyball, players have an 80% chance of getting hit by it, but this time it was a little too hard. When this player from the women's volleyball team got hit by the ball and took a nasty fall, all the team suddenly got worried for her. Everyone paused the game and coaches suddenly came running to check if she was fine. The opponent team seemed happy, but the very next moment, they were also quite worried about the injured player. Number 14. How would you feel getting an autograph from your favorite idol or player? Well, many don't know the feeling, but this girl has felt it in real life. This New Jersey fan was in front of the crowd when the former player, Steven Gerrard, came toward them. He signed her phone case while the girl was continuously shedding tears of happiness. Not even one, but he signed 2 times. He also hugged her and patted her head. It's quite wholesome when players respect their fandom. Number 13. This moment is one of my favorites when fighters prioritize humanity and make us realize that they haven't forgot the world due to their busy lives. When an MMA fighter wins a match, he tells the audience that he's going to sell his shirt and whatever money he'll get, he'll give this to Dustin, his opponent, since he's much involved in charity stuff. He even told the officials to make sure that he did so. How wholesome is that? What does it feel like when your favorite player keeps winning your heart again and again and again? Especially when he's not just a player, but a soulful human filled with care and emotion. Exactly. We're talking about Housen here. Even though he's from another country's team, he has a separate fan base in every soccer player's heart. During a match, he stopped the game and noticed a pigeon on the pitch. He picked it up and carefully placed it on the safest side so it wouldn't get hit. Even the commentators were so flustered with Housen's humbleness that they called him a hero. Number 11. Here we have another respectful moment from UFC. Showtime Pettis always comes with a Showtime performance. When the fight ended, Pettis came to his opponent, praising him for his performance and even showing him the thumbs up. After the result was announced and Pettis took the victory, he bowed toward his opponent and hugged him. Number 10. During one of the football matches, players were all lost in their game and were putting in all their efforts. But except for the players, there are other people on the ground, including the cameraman and officials. One of the players was fully focused on the ball and suddenly bumped into the camera. Unfortunately, the camera fell, and the player noticed and returned to continue the match. Meanwhile, the camera woman seems really tense since the camera set is quite heavy. The player from the opposite team came toward the lady and helped her set the camera up while putting his game on pause. Big respect, sir. Number 9. Both fighters look happy enough after the fight ends. They're both hyping the crowd without even knowing the final results. The results were announced, the losing opponent still seemed happy. The winner even bowed to him and kissed him on the cheek. We need this type of respect in MMA forever. Number 8. Young fans are the most energetic and love their favorite players with the core of their hearts. Sometimes they can't even control themselves when they see their favorite humans from afar. This footballer was giving an interview after the match ended. Suddenly, a kid supporter of his team came running from the audience and bombed the interview in between. Before the footballer could shake hands with him, security came and took the kid away from him. The footballer then seemed really disappointed and dropped the interview. Not only him, but the opponent team's players were also quite disappointed at the security and shouted to stop them. They all ran towards the kid, shook his hands with him, and talked to him nicely. How sweet he is, and the best part, how humble. Number 7. After watching this moment, I remember the same happened to me when I was in school. A group of boys playing baseball suddenly hit me. The case is quite similar, but on an international level. When the players were playing tennis, a ball suddenly hit the girl standing beside a player. Even though she was from a different team, the opponent team player ensured she wasn't hurt badly. He told her to sit down at the side so she won't get hit again. Number 6. For every athlete or celebrity, fans are the most precious human beings, and Nate Diaz just proved it. When the fight ended, he was declared the winner. He directly went to the opponent first, hugged him, and then towards the audience. He moved toward one of his fans and hugged him tightly over the barrier. It was the softest moment that a UFC fan ever had. Number 5. I love how players respect each other and take care of them even when relating from 2 different teams. Playing soccer means running a lot, especially when you're playing against a strong team. But it seems like the stronger the team, the more humble it is. Two players were running after the ball, and one of them reached nearer to it. He might have stretched his muscle and left the ball. As he stopped competing, the opponent took the ball but kicked it far from the goal and moved towards the injured player. Another player from the team came to the opponent and slightly hugged him to show gratitude. Number 4. Izzy and Anderson's fight will always have a separate fan base. This is the real meaning of passing the torch to the next generation. I won't be bragging about it much, but it's more like a father and son version of a fight. When Izzy won the match over his master, it was an inspirational and heartwarming moment. In the end, when both fighters bowed to each other, it seemed like Izzy burst into tears and Silva asked him to get up. Number 3. What makes a runner win this race is his running. But what if he stops focusing on his own performance and moves toward other players to help finish the race? This is actually what the beauty of sports is. This athlete, Prema Dabo, was competing in a 5,000 meter race, but ended up coming along with his competitor since he was quite exhausted and couldn't run further. Jonathan Busby actually seems quite exhausted that he can't even walk properly. Dabo helped him reach the finish line, and Jonathan collapsed on the floor as he passed the finish line. What a human. Number 2. Holly Holm has been an inspiration for many. When she knocked out her opponent, she was literally so happy she couldn't believe it. However, when she saw her opponent in bad condition, she got tense and went to her and ensured she was fine. After the final announcement of winning the belt, Holly Holm moved toward her opponent and made sure she was feeling good. How heartwarming. Number 1. A basketball match isn't a basketball match if players aren't tripping and bumping into each other, but it feels good when both team players respect each other, and this is what many players need to learn from Kobe and Michael. During a basketball match, when Kobe was protecting the ball and Michael Jordan was trying to stop him from making points, both bumped into each other since they were more focused on the ball. When Kobe ran over Michael, he fell down, but Kobe immediately moved forward and picked up his opponent. The smile didn't leave their faces, and they continued the match as if nothing had happened. That was all for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If yes, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up. We'll be back with another amazing video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.